Greetings, Mikael here. How to get rid of stress? Well, we're going to be careful here because stress is actually a part of our being. It's a safety mechanism. It's like fight or flight, a part of our setup. And that form of stress is natural. It's healthy. It keeps us alive. And that's not the stress that we want to get rid of. The stress that we do want to get rid of is that daily grind, that daily stress, because it builds up over time and it may not feel too bad to start with, but eventually it is going to get to you. And that is not good. That form of stress is debilitating long term. And I know I hear the argument over and over again that, well, I need the stress to get things done. And that is just really, really sad, because it actually doesn't work. It may feel like it works. It may feel like it gets us to do those things that we otherwise won't get done. But again, it is very, very short-lived, short-term way of looking at things. And we as human beings, we are very much that. Like, we will do silly things short-term to give us a little bit of pleasure, whether it might be drinking too much and then waking up the next day and go, that was a silly idea. Because in the short term, we will do actually unhealthy and unproductive things because it makes us in some shape or form feel better, even though we know long term it's not a good idea. So how do we get rid of that stress that is not good for us? Now, just getting rid of it like that, just like that, yeah, no. It's not that it doesn't happen, but it happens for very few people, and it's very, very rare occasion. So for the rest of us, including me, it comes down to working at it. I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's the reality of it. We have got to work at this on a regular basis. Where do we start? Well, we do not start by gathering all these different tools and how to get rid of stress, because there is so many of them out there for absolutely free. And I got a whole pile of them myself. I've been working on this for 38 years. So I got enough tools to get rid of stress. And I know it actually doesn't work, because if it did, there would be no stressed people, because nobody really want to be stressed. That's the reality. So the reason it doesn't work is because there is a lack of clarity and a lack of that decision on getting rid of the stress. So getting rid of stress starts by you making a very, very clear decision that I am no longer going to accept that daily stress in my life. And once that decision is made, then getting rid of that which is causing you stress is relatively easy. But if that decision is not made, and is not made really strongly and really clearly, then whatever tools you get will only work for a short period of time, and then you're back where you started. It's like New Year's resolutions. They actually don't work. So that's where you start. That's where we start, by making that decision. And then when that decision is made, then there's two things to do. One is to replace stress as a driver and find something that is a stronger driver. So that's your why, your vision, your purpose, your bigger picture. And with that in place, then getting rid of this stress on a daily basis is pretty easy. So that's my invitation to you. Start with making that clear decision that you will no longer stand for stress on a regular basis in your life. And then when it shows up, you will deal with it quickly and on the spot. Now, if you want any tools to deal with that, I, of course, have that. I'll put a link to a couple of recent things I've created. One is a time mastery framework. It's just 2 pages with 10 steps on how to completely transform your long, frustrating to-do list into something that is vastly more powerful than that. The other one is my Stress Buster Guide. It's a comprehensive guide with a lot of information, and then 10 stress busters for high achievers. And they're free. You can just download those and then start working with that. But make sure to make that decision first. And if you want any help with that first most important decision, yep, just get in touch and we can have a conversation about that. So that's enough for this video. Thank you for watching and have a great stress-free day.